An off-duty police officer stopped an attack that could have ended fatally.
You hear people say sometimes, like, see something happen and they go, I wish I was a cop, or I wish there was a cop around. Well, in this case, there was a cop around.
A homeless man decided to attack a man, demanding that he give him money, not knowing who he was or how much he had on him. However, when met with a refusal, he took off his shirt and got ready to fight.
He actually goes into his pockets. He goes into both pockets, takes out $6, a social security card, and just some business cards that the victim had in his pockets.
Just as things began to heat up and the victim didn't know what to do to defend himself, out of the blue, along came the person who would bring order to the situation.
This is a perfect example of being at the right place at the right time.
As if by magic, and as if someone had heard his pleas, a policeman gets out of a car.
The officer hears the victim saying, police, police, police. Looks back and sees the guy and he thinks that he's being stabbed.
The officer approaches the suspect, pointing his gun at him, and asks him to get on the ground.
So the officer comes out with his hand, with his gun in the hand, tells the guy, the suspect, get in the ground, get on the ground. Once he realizes that the suspect is not armed, he switches from his firearm to the taser, orders him down. The suspect complies and is arrested on scene.
The footage was captured by a security camera, and later the police confirmed that not only was the attacker homeless, but so was the victim, who literally had everything that belonged to him in his pockets. Had it not been for the officer's spontaneous appearance, not only would he have lost everything, he could have ended up with serious injuries for not being able to comply with the criminal's demands.
All he had was $6. We're talking about a person that is homeless, and he's taking the $6 that is probably all he has for the week. We're seeing a homeless attacking a homeless, robbing a homeless. It's incomprehensible why do that?
Luckily for the victim, before the suspect could do anything serious to him, his rescuer came to save him.
This is a perfect example of being at the right place at the right time, and this officer was commended for doing this.
Officer Calzadilla, who works as a detective in the robbery section of the Miami Police Department, arrived on the scene just in time and stopped Carlos Rebello's attack, placing him under arrest for armed robbery.
He told me he's 46 and has been with Miami Police for 9 years. He also said he was glad he was here and could help the person who was being attacked.
For those who are police officers, the job never ends, and even if they are off duty, they can always be witnesses to situations that require their attention. This is what happened to this couple. Both officers were on their day off when they witnessed a robbery at the fast food restaurant where they were dining.
Generally, when we go away from home, it's to be away from the job. We don't have to worry about seeing people we know, and this is how it turned out this time.
Chase and Nicole McKeown were having a leisurely lunch when they saw a masked man walk in and approach the cashier.
Saw her hands go up like this. I'm like, is he doing what I think he's doing? And he's like, yeah.
The couple didn't think twice about it, and regardless of the fact that this was happening on their day off, they put their guard up and prepared to act.
There was literally no question. We just looked at each other. Is this what's going on? Let's go.
He passed the phone to me, and he said, call 911. And I looked at it for a second, and I see myself moving the phone. I'm like, no. I'm going to help my husband.
The two of them grabbed their ends and carefully stood up to confront the robber, who upon seeing them ran out the door, not considering that the officers would come out after him and would catch him just a block away.
It is my belief that if not for the heroic actions taken by these two officers, the perpetrator's actions inside the business would have escalated.
The suspect was arrested and faces several charges, while the McKeowns are pleased and believe they did the right thing.
2 against is better than 1 against 1.
Generally, when we go away from home, it's to be away from the job. We don't have to worry about seeing people we know, and this is how it turned out this time.
Clearly, neither the vacation nor their date turned out as they had hoped, but they both know that, as police officers, they must be prepared and ready to deal with situations like this.
You know, when it comes to people's lives are endangered, I feel like any other officer here would have done the exact same thing and, you know, getting the bad guy.
Well, just how they and the detective who stopped the fight between the two drifters acted, It's been proven countless times that crime never sleeps.